Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuffin' Things with a sort of an unboxing. The month of November and December ended up being a very strange culmination of products because the onstage event, which was in November, was the first week of November. We had these prize patrols, and in order to receive your prize, you had to place an order in December. So I placed a pre-order. You get a little window of time where you can do I would call it a pre-order. So I got to order a few products in November. I think I went ahead and unboxed those. And then in December I did my order. I think I ordered on December 8th, and then I did another order that was my true pre-order for January, and that came. So I have a mix of 3 orders worth of items to make up my fun Sale-A-Bration and mini catalog. And then on January 4th, I will do a big order. So this is just little bits and pieces of things that I needed, as well as some items that I wanted to be able to play with over the holidays, which I did get an opportunity to do that. And I've already opened up the dies so that we can see the individual dies. And I'm going to start with the set that I bought. This particular set I've already demoed some cards, and it came with some coordinating paper, which I have right here, as well as some Mossy Meadow twine, which is already packed away in my trim box. It has some coordinating acetate that I did just get. Sorry for the noise. And let's see if I can show these off. And I may have shown these because they look somewhat familiar, but the idea is that I will cut them into the fronts that I need. I will probably not cut them into just 4x6s, which is what I would normally do. I will probably pick and choose how I cut these apart. And I don't think I had mentioned that when I did the first unboxing. So this one is an all over floral sheet. And then there's this really pretty pattern. So those coordinate with the Dandy Garden. And the set that I won in the prize patrol is called Garden Wishes, and it coordinates, has it's the same artist, similar coordinating elements. So this will be a lot of fun. I really like my dandelions. They might be a weed for some, but I think they are very pretty anyways. And then these are the dies that coordinate with it. And when I receive, to talk about storage as I go, when I receive my sets, I take a case and I either make it a stamp set on the front and the dies sheet on the back, and I take the dies out of their case. This was the case for the dies. I take them out if they coordinate directly with the stamp set. Generic, like nested dies, go in my box with my cardstock and embossing folders. So this particular set had a punch, and I have the punch. So on the back of this one, I have put a new stamp set that I bought. Life is Beautiful. It's from the annual catalog, and then on the edge I label it. So that's my storage technique that's been around for a couple of years. I haven't changed it up much. Now a new set that I got that I haven't even opened any of the bits for, so I am opening the embossing folders, the dies with you. I bought my snail, anything to do with mail. I know a lot of people give their cards, and I didn't do a lot of mailing of cards back in the day. I would deliver them. And now I'm all about mailing. So anytime I see a set that's cute like this that has to do with sending things in the mail, I purchase because I have to mail lots of cards out. And this is the dies. I really like this mini envelope especially. And then I will point out that this is a separate piece that's just stored in there. I like that you have the postage stamp, and I love that you can take the postage stamp, cut your piece, and then cut it down so that you can make this postage stamp size be many different sizes with a second cut. So that's cool. Love the mushrooms, the little hearts. This will actually fit in here without any work. And since it came with the narrow, I just slip into the case. Front. And what I do, sometimes I remove the rubber pieces, and other times, for just keeping it in place, I will just peel off the edges quickly, and then it keeps it in place. And then at some point I might not like the weight of these, and I'll go through and I'll toss all of the outsides. But when I first receive it, this is all I do. And what it does is it turns this into a bundle, and in the back it has the die set. So that is ready to go. That's how quick that is. We've got some Sale-A-Bration items here. I bought the Oso Ombre Sale-A-Bration. It comes as a 6x6. I did not have to cut it down. I store all of my papers cut down in these baggies, and I label them. So this is not, I haven't had a chance to use these yet. I'm excited to be able to play with them. I think this side is purple and pinks. I think you get 48 sheets, and this side is really pretty shades from Bermuda Bay to the lighter Coastal Cabana Pool Party, and then Granny Apple Green, I believe. So that's going to be fun paper to play with. All right. This is another brand new Sale-A-Bration item. There are 4 DSPs. This year's Sale-A-Bration lasts to the end of February. There are going to be 2 Sale-A-Brations this year, one in July and the one now that usually lasts through March, and it is going to be 2 months only. So this is the second of the 4 sets, and you're seeing it the first time with me. I really, really like the colors and the patterns. I will be flipping this over because it has pattern on the back side. Fun, fun. I am so happy to not be looking at Christmas paper. I started my Christmas project, The Winter is Coming Wednesdays, in July, and I am so excited to see this new, fun, non-Christmassy paper. And the cardstock, if you weren't wondering, this is really, really thick. Nice, heavy-duty. Just because it's Sale-A-Bration, and this is a free item, by the way. So you buy $50 worth of product, and this is one of the items you can pick for free. So the value of it, as I always put, is the price of any of the DSPs in the main catalogs, and that's $11.50 right now. So that's the value that you're getting. With your $50 spend, you get as an option this paper for a value of $11.50. All right, digging more. Now I already did some Christmas cards in I bought this as a variety pack, so it came with Christmas paper, a Christmas stamp set, dies, and this set. So now it's time to move on to the non-Christmas stamp set. And this, I've already seen this a few times, these different pieces. And I will get to play with the cuts here, the die cuts that coordinate with the ivy and the floral element. Love the little birds. So that is going to be fun. I have Press On, which I already have a card here for. And it is matched up with Pattern Play. Pattern Play is an annual catalog set that comes with coordinating paper, playing with patterns. It comes with an alphabet set. It has resin dots, which I bought a while back before I even bought this. These coordinate with the paper. And I finally got this. It was on my list. And the alphabet is right here. And these cards, I am not sure the order. I may or may not have already done a technique video on that HB2U card, which is, by the way, in all my years, I've only done this twice. Both of them were Stampin' Up projects. Many years ago, I did an HB2U. I believe the HB2U was also done with dies. Rarely, but sometimes there are HB2U stamps that I've never owned, so I haven't had a chance to use them. So that's the Pattern Play goodies, and what I got in December was the Pattern Play bundle. I already had, oh, and the paper during the paper sale. So now I'm going to show you one more. This is another Sale-A-Bration, the Darling Donkeys, and I can't wait to use that. It does not have a friend living with it yet, but it will be sharing a spot with another stamp set at some point. So I will be playing with those. Oh, and here, I'm going to show you. Somebody actually sent me a birthday card using it. My cards that I get, I actually have 3 mailing addresses. I'm phasing out one mail forwarder for a second mail forwarder, and then for a couple people they have my general delivery address of where I'm staying at these campgrounds as I move every 3 weeks. So I want to share Nancy Ross's birthday card for me. I really love it, and she did a great coloring job. She put Wink of Stella on the little rose, and she did a really cute glue sparkly effect on the snow, which she tore. And these are the stamps that come with it, and she used the snowflake coordinating paper and the seaming ribbon. Thank you so much, Nancy. Love your card. Love the donkeys. I had to get up because all of my cards that I just got in the packet of the forwarded mail from all of my addresses is all up above me on my slide. I line them all up, which makes it a lot of fun, and they'll get to stay there until we move next. Alright, so that is the end. Those are all my Sale-A-Bration items. I bought this set because I really, really like all of the Pinterest examples of it. I already own quite a few floral stamp sets, but I just can't help it. They're just my thing. Some people just aren't into the florals, so they can stay away from them, but I love the watercolor wash effect of these. I have like my coloring sets, and then I have these sets that are really nice to make quick cards, and when you make them they look really beautiful. So I am excited, and look at these dies. I absolutely love these. There's a butterfly set that I've made lots of cards with that have the layering going on, and this is exactly the same. I cannot wait to play with this set. So it has the die cut paper on the back so that I know that it is a bundle. Next bundle, this is brand new also. This was on my wish list and I finally got around to getting it. I can't wait to color these 3 in. I have seen some really cute samples. I love the inside sentiments, or you can have, you know, part this one up at the top and then one of these lining the bottom of the front of the card. And it does have a coordinating die set called Many Medallions. This is in the annual catalog, so it's one of my last sets on my wish list. to get. I haven't even done the adhering. And I'll just take, as I use these, I'll take the rest of these off. So I just peel this off really quickly so that I can get it to stay on one side. So what I've been doing in the month of November, December is collecting these up, and I haven't actually processed them. As you can see, I'm doing that now. It's very quick. So now that stays in place, which is great. I have now not been changing to magnets. These particular sheets that these are on, and the tape is not so tacky you can't get them off. Stampin' Up! Has changed their manufacturer of these, and I really like the new double back tape they use, so I have basically been saving the weight of not having to use the magnets. So these just free float in here without magnets, and then I don't feel so guilty weight-wise by leaving the shape of the outer square of the stamps. And what I like about that is that I know immediately if I'm missing one. Like if I take all these out and I adhere them all onto the back, then I won't know if I'm missing any one of these, but by having the outline in, I can immediately see if there's a problem and I've got to go find a stamp that has ran away somewhere on my desk. So we're almost done. I did finally get itty bitty birthdays, and what Libby and I do is we coordinate when we buy sets, because we virtually craft together once or twice a month. And so this is my Libby washi, so I label the washi on any of the sets and bundles that Libby has, so that we know we can quickly go and look at our supply, and if we want to really coordinate on a project, it's easy to do. So this is brand new. It has not been tacked down. Now what I have done with the other sentiment sets like this is I have actually done a label maker, and I have labeled all of the sentiments and spread them out across both sides. Those are the stamps that come in two containers. This only comes in one, so I probably still will at some point spend the time to stamp out or type out on with a label maker. You've probably seen that before, but in the meantime I just did the quick new arrival, tap it in. And you're probably wondering about these sheets. I actually, as I will use a stamp in particular, then I will apply its cling to it. I don't do it all at the very beginning. All right, so that concludes the stamps and the papers. And now I do have a couple of embellishings that I bought. So I did buy embossing paste. I had the sparkle or shimmer embossing paste, but I'm in extreme hot and cold in my cabinetry, and so it actually dried up pretty fast. What I should have done, and what I'll probably do with this, is seal it in a baggie to protect it. I also bought silver embossing paste. Somewhere along the line I have some old embossing paste, but it is not silver. It's called platinum, and it really annoys me that I don't have the silver. So I have finally ordered it, and I'm going to show you my storage of my jars of things, and I always label them because I'm looking straight down. The lettering is so small that it is really hard to see. So this is like an empty Stampin' Up. I used up what was in it, so I will have the opportunity to reuse it for something else perhaps. And then I don't really care that the lettering matches. I just want to be able to see quickly what it is that I have. These big jars are from Artwork or Art Store, an iridescent medium, which is similar to a Wink of Stella, but I can apply it in a wash. This is masking fluid for doing any special masking on like watercolor paper or even doing my pencil drawings. And I don't think I have anything, it's all just different. This is the ice glitter. I have one more of these. I bought extra for future Christmas projects. And then if I do anything custom, what's this? So this is a mix of glitter and white. And I have these are from the dollar store. So you can actually mix and match your own blends of embossing powders if you want. So that is my storage for embossing and how I label them. For the snailed and for Valentine's, they have these cute little resin hearts. So I'm getting all ready for Valentine's. In fact, I've got those supplies coming. And then another coordinating item for the snail mail is this twine. And I just did a project that I didn't have this. This came like the day after we worked on the project. So it is, I'd say 1/16, and it is very similar, if not the same, as some twine that was in last year's annual catalog that I still have lurking around in my retired supplies. So I went ahead and used it, and now we can, because I haven't even done a comparison yet. So this was in the previous annual catalog, not this year's, but the year before. And this is the special twine in the mini catalog, and it looks like they are a match, so that's great. So don't be afraid to utilize your retired products if you keep them in your stash. Things come and go, and so I was able to pull this out because for these two cards I wanted to use the really fine white twine. All right, I have cleared my desk of all of my new products, talked about a bunch of storage options and how I keep things and integrate things into my supplies when I get them. Hopefully you found this interesting and fun. I'm excited to play with these new products. They are going to be live January 4th. So you can, if you're one of my customers, you will have received a catalog. And if you go online and you create an account with me on my shopping, which my URL is www.stuffandthings.com/shop, you can go ahead and become a customer of mine, and you will automatically get all of the catalogs. So questions, comments, and suggestions, leave them here on YouTube or on my blog. Hopefully you're all having a great new year, and we will see you soon with some more projects. Thanks for watching.